Hi guys, Iron Cameraman here. We've all seen episode 72, and many of you have probably already seen the extra scenes. However, since it's been 4 days since the new 73 episode, I thought I'd share with you all the rumors about it and my thoughts on what we'll see there. There's a shot of this image on the internet, which is supposedly from Dafuk Boom, and whether it's a fake or a real leak, you'll find out soon enough, and I'll be sure to break it down by the end of the video, and of course I'll answer the most important question. When will this episode be released? Well, and of course we will not bypass the latest high-profile news, and we are talking about the possible blocking of the series, because the fact is that in Russia again started talking about it at the state level. In addition to that, you'll learn a lot of secret information that I was able to get with details from the last episode and more, so make sure you put a like and watch to the end. And don't forget that over 85% of my viewers watch me unsubscribed, and I'd love for each of you to hit the subscribe button, because we have a new goal to reach 1 million subscribers and get the gold button. Anyways, here we go. Let's start with one detail that one of the subscribers told me about. And this detail is directly related to episode 72, and now you're about to find out why. It turns out that back in episode 30, where we were shown the very first infestation of Cameraman, we could clearly hear that he started singing the song Skibidi as soon as the parasite started controlling his body. You can listen to that moment for yourself. Which means that when agents come in contact with the toilet technology, they gain the ability to speak the Skibidi language. And you've probably already guessed why the subscriber brought this up. Because in episode 72, the cameraman Titan said his first words in plain English. And this is further confirmation that it was due to the Astro Toilet's arm joining in, as Astro Toilets, unlike regular Skibidi Toilets, can speak English. But here's the funny thing. It turns out that, purely technically, all cameramen have the ability to make sounds. And I think it's the secret agent himself who closed off access to the speakers and for some reason forbade all the agents from talking to each other. And we've seen many times that they try to gesture to convey information. But as you can see, it's very difficult to get your point across without words. And this whole story led me to an interesting thought. I remembered the scene from episode 70, where Red Cameraman was surprised to see the books of the TV men on the table of the Skibidi scientist. I gave you my thoughts on this a long time ago, and as you may recall, my theory is that it was the secret agent who handed over the books. So if you look at the totality of these facts, in principle, the theory that the secret agent artificially forbids the ability to speak to the cameraman is, in my opinion, the most logical. And it's not the first time that he's remotely shut down some of the agent's abilities. You can think of the most common such example with error recording, for example. Or the generally brutal moment where he killed the physical body of a plunger. So that I can explain my conclusion to you, let's go back to episode 30 and understand what exactly the parasite does and how it works. Since we realized that he was able to somehow disable the secret agent's lockdown, that means that other settings are reset as well, you could say. And then suddenly, Cameraman starts killing everyone and becomes more like a zombie. Notice that the same thing happens when the purple glow of the TV screen turns on, for example. We saw this in episode 67, when Cameraman Titan started beating Speakerman Titan because of it. Notice that, again, all traces back to TV men's technology. It's very ironic that this particular race out of the entire alliance was the only one that had the ability to talk, albeit in reverse, meaning the secret agent gave this race more freedom and power. And look at this moment in the extra scene in episode 72, where the TV man scientist says his famous phrase, confidential, again, the same thing he said in episode 66. And this again brings to mind the similarities to the secret agent's ability with the banning or purging of some part of memory that we talked about earlier. And now we come to the most interesting part. In fact, Cameraman Titan is the very first agent in the entire series who was able to successfully rid himself of the restrictions of secret agent and yet not fall under the influence of Skibidi Toilets, though we don't know exactly how things will unfold from here on out, or if that hand will become a problem for him, as we discussed in a past video. But for now, he's the most perfect agent ever because of that arm. And have you ever wondered that since we've always seen the show only on behalf of the cameramen, we don't get to see very much behind the scenes, and secretly because of that? It's like we're exploring this universe with the cameramen, and we're trying to uncover the mystery with them too. We already know from Boom's words that in episode 73, he will show us where the Titans have traveled to. And we also know that this episode will be divided into 2 parts. And unfortunately, this is the only official information that we have at the moment when I am writing the script. But we should not forget about one more information that I wanted to tell you about. As you remember, 3 months ago, Russian TV channels started talking about the ban of Skibidi Toilets, and it all started because of the statement of one parent who didn't like his son watching the show. He went to the police station and sued Boom's channel, but in the end, nothing happened, and the whole thing subsided. I already told you about this a long time ago, so let's not repeat ourselves and tell you about the new information. It turns out that 6 days ago, already at the state level of Russia, again remembered about the series of Skibidi Toilets. This time it happened in front of the deputies of the Russian city of St. Petersburg. But I will please you. This time, there was not even a speech about blocking. There, just the children's ombudsman showed the series and expressed her opinion. She is concerned that children not only watch it, but also ask their parents to buy toys for them and everything associated with the series. However, in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with this, and on the contrary, it shows that viewers empathize with the characters of the series. Although on the other hand, I can also understand adults who don't like the series, because they probably didn't even try to watch and understand it properly. Because of this, from their point of view, they only pay attention to the fact that the main villains are toilets with heads. What do you guys think about it? Write your opinion in the comments. I'd be interested to read. By the way, the full version of this video with the deputies, along with the sound, I will leave on my Discord server. Be sure to check it out. I will leave the link in the description. And now we are finally smoothly moving on to this footage. As soon as one of the subscribers showed it to me, to be honest, the first seconds I thought it was a real leak. After all, you can see how model of G-Man is right, and there's even a mechanism on the back of his head, which we've already seen in episode 72 right here in this moment when G-Man turned his head. However, after looking closely at the other details, it's clear that this is a quality fake. For example, there is one detail here that does not match reality. I noticed that G-Man has his glasses on, although, as we know, he broke them in the fight with Astro Toilet. Well, also, as you noticed, Cameraman Titan looks somehow too small in this shot compared to G-Toilet, although on the other hand, maybe it seems so because G-Man is in the air instead of standing. But in any case, it doesn't cancel the fact that the shot is very well done, and it's even hard for an untrained viewer to tell at once if it's a fake or not. And by the way, I really liked that here Cameraman Titan's claw is glowing with his trademark blue color, not yellow. It'll probably be that way in the series itself as well. As for when the episode will come out, according to Defook, it will come out earlier than it did with episode 72. So my feeling is that in 3-4 days he will show us the first official frame leak. But that's just my opinion, so I hope it comes out as soon as possible. And if you want to know more secrets and my thoughts on the series, check out my other videos. Bye.